ಭೀತಿ ತೊರೆಯುವ ನಾವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ
ಖಾಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಭರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಂದಿಸಿ ಬರೆದು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿ
ಚಿತ್ರ ಬರೆದು ಭಾಗವ ಹೆಸರಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೂ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಿ
ಪಾಸು ಫೇಲು ಗೆಲುವು ಸೋಲು ಜೀವನ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮಿಗಿಲು
ಅಂಕಗಳೆಂದರೆ ಮೇಲಿನ ತೊಗಟೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅದರ ಒಳಗಿನ ತಿರುಳು ಭೀತಿ ತೊರೆಯುವ ನಾವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ
ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿ.
Welcome to the content based revision class. Children, I am Ramakrishna, working in Government High School, Jadigenalli, Vasakote Taluk, Bangalore Rural District. Children, already you have seen 9 chapters revision classes in mathematics. Today, let us revise chapter 10, quadratic equation. Children, already in this chapter you have learned the concepts and also you have practiced the problems in it. Children, tell me what concepts you have learnt in this chapter. The concepts are quadratic equation, standard form of quadratic equation, methods of solving quadratic equation, nature of the roots of a quadratic equation and verbal or statement problems. Children, these concepts already you have learnt in your classes. Today, let us revise once again. Children, see the table. How many equations you can see in this table? 4 equations. What is the first equation? X minus 9 equals 0. What is the second equation? X square minus 3x minus 5 equals 0. What is the third equation? X square plus 2x to the power of 4 is equal to x plus 1. What is the fourth equation? X square minus 3x cube minus 5 equals 0. Children, see the equations carefully and tell me what is the highest degree of each equation. Children, what is the highest degree of first equation? 1. What is the highest degree of second equation? 2. What is the highest degree of third equation? 4. What is the highest degree of fourth equation? 3. Children, already you have learnt the chapter polynomial. In that chapter, if the highest degree of polynomial is 1, how many zeros that polynomial has? 1 0. If the highest degree of the polynomial is 2, how many zeros that polynomial has? 2. Similarly, if the highest degree of equation is 1, how many roots that equation has? Tell me. 1. Then how many roots that first equation has here? 1 root. Then how many roots that second equation has? How many roots? Then third equation has? Then how many roots that fourth equation has? 3 roots. Children, see the relationship between degrees and number of roots. If the degree is 1, it has 1 root. If degree is 2, 2 roots. Degree is 4, 4 roots. Degree is 3, 3 roots. Children, you have also learnt the types of polynomial based on its highest degree. If the highest degree of polynomial is 1, what type of polynomial it is called? Good, linear polynomial. If the highest degree of the polynomial is 2, what type of polynomial it is? Quadratic polynomial. Similarly, if the highest degree of equation is 1, what type of equation it is? Tell me. Linear equation. What type of equation? The first equation is linear equation. What type of equation? The second equation is quadratic equation. What type of equation? The third one is biquadratic equation. Then what type of equation? The fourth one is good, cubic equation. Children, now you have seen in the table the degree, number of roots and type of equations. All these are based on what? Number of roots and type of equations are based on the highest degree of the equation. Children, today what type of equations we have to discuss? What? Quadratic equation. Then what is quadratic equation? An equation which is in the form ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, where x is variable, a, b and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0, is called quadratic equation. Children, read the definition carefully. Read the definition carefully. An equation which is in the form ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, where x is variable and what is important here? The values of a, b and c should be real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. Suppose if a equals 0, what happens to the equation? If a equals 0, ax square becomes 0 in the equation. Then equation becomes only bx plus c equals 0. Then what is bx plus c equals 0? Then what type of equation? Bx plus c equals 0 now? It is linear equation. It is not the quadratic equation. It is not the quadratic equation. Therefore, in equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, what? A should not be equal to 0. Then only it is called quadratic equation. Children, let us see some examples for quadratic equation. If x is variable, see the equation 2x square plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. Another example, if m is variable, m square minus m plus 5 equals 0. If n is variable, 3n square plus 5 equals 0. If y is variable, 7y square plus y equals 0. What is the standard form of quadratic equation? Already you have learnt. Tell me. The standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is not equal to 0. Children, see the table now and also see the first equation. What is first equation? First equation is x square minus 3x plus 5 equals 0. Is it in the standard form of quadratic equation? It is in the standard form. The same equation we can write like this. X square means we can write as 1x square minus 3x plus 5 equals 0. Then what is the value of A? A is 1. What is the value of B? B is minus 3. What is the value of C? C is plus 5. Children, see the second equation. What is second equation? 2y plus 5y square equals 3. Is it in the standard form of quadratic equation? See, no, it is not in the standard form of quadratic equation. Children, let us write it in the standard form of quadratic equation. See here, the standard form of quadratic equation is 5y square plus 2y minus 3 equals 0 for this equation. Then compare this with the standard form of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Then tell me, what is the value of A? A is 5. What is the value of B? B is 2. What is the value of C? C is minus 3. Good. Children, see the equation 3. What is third equation? Third equation is 4 minus t plus 2t square is equal to 0. Is it in the standard form of quadratic equation? What is the standard form of quadratic equation for this equation? The standard form is 2t square minus 1t plus 4 equals 0. Then what is the value of A? A is equal to 2. What is the value of B? B is equal to minus 1. What is the value of C? C is equal to 4. Children, now you know the standard form of quadratic equation. See the equation. The equation is x plus 2 whole cube is equal to x cube minus 4. Is this equation a quadratic equation? Just by looking at the equation, you may be thinking that it is a cubic equation, isn't it? See children, while deciding the type of equation, first we have to simplify. Then only we can decide whether it is a quadratic equation, a cubic equation or linear equation. Children, now let us check whether x plus 2 whole cube is equal to x cube minus 4 is a quadratic equation or not. To check whether it is a quadratic equation or not, first what we have to do? First we have to write the equation. What is the equation? X plus 2 whole cube is equal to x cube minus 4. Then what is the next step? We have to expand x plus 2 whole cube by using a plus b whole cube formula. What is a plus b whole cube? A plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Now expand x plus 2 whole cube by using this formula. Then x plus 2 whole cube becomes x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8 is equal to x cube minus 4. Now shift x cube minus 4 to left hand side. Now the equation becomes x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8 plus x cube becomes minus x cube, minus 4 becomes plus 4 equals 0. See, plus x cube and minus x cube got cancels. What is remaining now? 6x square plus 12x plus 12 equals 0. This is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Therefore, this equation is a quadratic equation. Children, see the table. How many equations are there in this table? 3 equations are there. What is the first equation? X minus 6 equals 0. What is the second equation? X square minus 9 equals 0. What is the third equation? 2x square plus 3x minus 6 equals 0. Children, see carefully the first equation. What is the value of x in this equation? Predict. The value of x is 6. If in the place of x, if you write 6, 6 minus 6 equals 0. So, this is the value of x. 6 is the value of x. It is also called as root for this equation, and even it is also called as root of this equation or solution for this equation. Now, let us discuss solution or roots of a equation. So, take the first equation. What is the value of x? X is equal to 6. Why? 6 minus 6. In the place of x, if we write 6, 6 minus 6 equals 0. Children, see, children, other than 6, is it possible to write any other value for x to become this equation is equal to 0? No. So, this equation has only one root, that is x is equal to 6. Children, see the second equation. What is second equation? X square minus 9 equals 0. For what value of x this equation becomes 0? In the place of x, if we write 3, 3 square minus 9, 3 square is 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. So, in the place of x, we can write 3. So, 3 is one root for this equation. Is there any other roots? Is there any other number which holds good or satisfies this equation? Yes, in the place of plus 3, even if you write minus 3 whole square minus 9. Minus 3 whole square is what? Plus 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. See children, this equation has 2 roots. What is first root? 3. What is the next root? Minus 3. It means this equation has 2 roots. One root is plus 3, another root is minus 3. Children, now tell me the roots for third equation. You are finding it difficult, no? So, these equations, the roots for these type of equations, it is not possible to predict easily. Children, we can solve these type of quadratic equation by using some methods. Now, let us discuss the methods for solving a quadratic equation. Children, already you have learnt the methods for solving a quadratic equation. Children, tell me the methods. Yes, factorization method, then completing the square method, then formula method. Then what is the formula? The formula is ax square if equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is not equal to 0, then formula to find the roots is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is the formula. By using this formula, we can find the roots for a quadratic equation. Children, now let us solve the problems by using these 3 methods. What is the first method? Factorization method. Children, let us take one problem. What is the problem? X square minus 25 equals 0. X square minus 25 can be written as 5 square is equal to 0. See children, this is in the form of a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b form. Now, by using this formula, we can expand x square minus 5 square as x plus 5 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. If x plus 5 into x minus 5 equals 0, then either x plus 5 equals 0 or x minus 5 equals 0. If x plus 5 equals 0, what is the value of x? X is equal to minus 5. If x minus 5 equals 0, x is equal to plus 5. Children, let us take one more problem. See the problem. What is the problem? The problem is 2x square minus 12x equals 0. Which number we can take? We can take common here. We can take 2x common. If we take 2x common, what this equation becomes now? If 2x is common, equation becomes 2x into x minus 6 equals 0. So, here either 2x equals 0 or x minus 6 equals 0. If 2x equals 0, what is the value of x? X is equal to 0. Or if x minus 6 equals 0, what is the value of x? X is equal to plus 6. Children, let us take one more problem which is in the standard form of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. See here, equation 3, 3x square minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Now, we have to solve this equation by using factorization method. What is the first step? First step, we have to write the equation. After writing the equation, first, what is the next step? The next step is we have to find the product of coefficient of x square and the constant term. What is the coefficient of x square here? 3. And what is the constant term? Minus 8. Now, 3 into minus 8 is equal to minus 24. Children, you have to think two numbers. The product of those two numbers is equal to minus 24 and sum of those two numbers is equal to minus 2. Which are those two numbers? Minus 6 and plus 4. Minus 6 into plus 4 is equal to minus 24. Minus 6 plus 4 is equal to minus 2. Now, this equation becomes 3x square minus 6x plus 4x minus 8 equals 0. Then what is the next step? Next step is we have to make into two groups. See here, the first group 3x square minus 6x is one group, 4x minus 8 is another group is equal to 0. In the first group, what we can take common? We can take 3x common. In the second group, what we can take common? We can take 4 common. If 3x is common, what is remaining in the first group? If 3x is common, in the first group, x minus 2 remains. If plus 4 is common, what is remaining in the second group? Here also x minus 2 is remaining. Now, the equation becomes 3x into x minus 2 plus 4 into x minus 2 equals 0. See, in both the case, x minus 2 is common. If x minus 2, take x minus 2 common, then equation becomes x minus 2 into 3x plus 4 equals 0. Here x minus 2 into 3x plus 4 equals 0. Here either x minus 2 equals 0 or 3x plus 4 equals 0. If x minus 2 equals 0, what is the value of x? X is equal to 2. If 3x plus 4 equals 0, what is the value of 3x? 3x equals minus 4. Then what is the value of x? X is equal to minus 4 by 3. What are the roots here? One root is plus 2, another root is minus 4 by 3. So, the roots of this quadratic equations are 2 and minus 4 by 3. The roots of this equation are 2 and minus 4 by 3. Children, these are the steps you have to follow while solving a quadratic equation by using factorization method. Children, what is the next method? The next method is completing the square method. Let us take one problem. What is the problem? The problem is 3x square minus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Now, let us solve it by using completing the square method. What is the problem? 3x square minus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Children, keep in mind, while solving a problem in completing the square method, the coefficient of x square should be equal to 1. Here, what is the coefficient of x square? Coefficient of x square is 3. Then what we have to do? We have to divide the entire equation by 3. After dividing the entire equation by 3, what the equation becomes now? The equation becomes 3x square by 3 minus 5x by 3 plus 2 by 3 equals 0. See, in the first, if 3 and 3 get cancelled, what the equation becomes? The equation becomes x square minus 5x by 3 plus 2 by 3 equals 0. Now, what is the next step? Next step is send plus 2 by 3 to RHS. Then equation becomes x square minus 5x by 3 is equal to minus 2 by 3. What is the equation? The equation now is x square minus 5x by 3 is equal to minus 2 by 3. Children, what is the next step? The next step is we have to add b by 2 whole square on either side. What is the value of b here? The value of b is minus 5 by 3. Then what is b by 2? Minus 5 by 3 into 2, that is equal to minus 5 by 6. What is the next step? Next step is add b by 2 whole square, that is equal to minus 5 by 6 whole square on both sides. Then see the equation now. The equation becomes x square minus 5x by 3 plus minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to minus 5 by 6 whole square minus 2 by 3. See the LHS. What is LHS? X square minus 5x by 3 can be written as x square minus 2 into x into 5 divided by 6. See here, 5x by 3 is there, no here. For that, we have multiplied 2 to the numerator as well as multiplied 2 to the denominator. That is why 5x by 3 becomes 2 into x into 5 divided by 6 plus minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to minus 5 by 6 whole square minus 2 by 3. See the equation now. See the left hand side of the equation and also see the formula here. A square minus 2ab plus b square can be written as a minus b whole square. Now, you compare this with the LHS in the equation. Then the LHS can be written as x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to 5 by 6 whole square becomes 25 by 36 minus 2 by 3. Now, x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to 25 by 36 minus 2 by 3. Now, take the LCM for 36 and 3 and simplify, then we are going to get x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to 25 minus 24 divided by 36. See next, x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to 25 minus 24 is what? 1 by 36. Now, what is the value of x minus 5 by 6? X minus 5 by 6 is equal to plus or minus square root of 1 by 36. Now, x minus 5 by 6 is equal to plus or minus square root of 1 is 1, square root of 36 is 6. See here, what is the value of x? X minus, see the equation. Equation is x minus 5 by 6 is equal to plus or minus 1 by 6. Now shift minus 5 by 6 to RHS. Now x is equal to 5 by 6 plus or minus 1 by 6. See in the RHS, both the denominators are same. If the denominators are same, we can simplify like this. What is the value of x now? X is equal to 5 plus 1 by 6 or x is equal to 5 minus 1 by 6. Now x is equal to 6 by 6 or x is equal to 4 by 6. Now x is equal to 6 by 6 is 1 or x is equal to 4 by 6 is 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. Now x is equal to 2 by 3. X is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 by 3 are the roots of this equation. What are the roots? X is equal to, the roots of this equation are 1 and 2 by 3. Children, while solving a problem by completing the square method, we have to follow the steps what we discussed now. Children, then what is the next method? The next method is formula method. Let us take one problem. What is the problem? 2x square minus 6x plus 3 equals 0. Let us solve this problem by using formula method. First is, what is the first step? First step, we have to write the problem. What is the problem? 2x square minus 6x plus 3 equals 0. Then what is the next step? Next step is, we have to compare the given equation with the standard form of quadratic equation. What is the standard form of quadratic equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Now compare both the equations and write the values of a, b and c. Then what is the value of a? A is equal to 2. What is the value of b? Minus 6. What is the value of c? 3. Now what is the next step? Next step, we have to write the formula. What is the formula? The formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now what is the next step? The next step is, we have to substitute these values, the values of a, b and c in the formula. After substituting these values in the formula becomes x is equal to minus into b is equal to minus 6, no, minus into minus 6 plus or minus square root of b square means minus 6 whole square minus 4 into a is 2, c is 3, 4 into 2 into 3 divided by 2a means 2 into 2. Now this equation becomes x is equal to minus into minus is plus 6, 6 plus or minus square root of minus 6 whole square is plus 36 minus 4 2 is 8, 8 3 is 24, denominator 2 into 2. Now x is equal to 6 plus or minus square root of 36 minus 24 is 12 divided by 4. Now see here, x is equal to 6 plus or minus square root of 12 can be written as 4 into 3 divided by 4. Why we have written 4 into 3? 4 is a perfect square, we can take out from the square root. Now x is equal to 6 plus or minus 2 root 3 divided by 4. Then what is the value of x now? See, in the numerator we can take 2 common. If we take 2 common in the numerator, the equation becomes 2 into 3 plus or minus square root of 3 by 4. Now 2 and 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. Now the equation becomes x is equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 3 divided by 2. See here, these are the two roots now. One root is 3 plus root 3 by 2, another root is 3 minus root 3 by 2. What are the roots? The roots are x is equal to 3 plus root 3 by 2 and x is equal to 3 minus root 3 by 2. These are the roots. Children, so far we have discussed solving the quadratic equation by all the three methods. Children, if the quadratic equation is solved, sometimes we are going to get the roots like this. Sometimes both are real and equal. For some equations, roots we may get both are real and distinct. Some equations does not have real roots. Now, let us discuss the nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Children, is there any shortcut method to determine the nature of the roots without solving the quadratic equation? Yes, just by finding the value of b square minus 4ac, on the basis of that value we can determine the nature of the roots. What is that b square minus 4ac is called? B square minus 4ac is called discriminant. On the basis of the value of discriminant, we can determine the nature of the roots. See here, if the discriminant value b square minus 4ac equals 0, then the roots are good, real and equal. See here, if the discriminant value b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 for all positive values, the roots are real and distinct. If the discriminant value b square minus 4ac is less than 0 for all negative values, that equation does not have no real roots. Children, now let us take one problem and discuss. See the problem. Find the nature of roots of a quadratic equation. What is the equation? 2x square plus 4x minus 3 equals 0. What is the first step? First step, write the equation. What is the equation? 2x square plus 4x minus 3 equals 0. Now, what is the next step? Next step is we have to compare it with the standard form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Then what is the next step? We have to write the values of a, b and c. What are the values of a, b and c? A is equal to 2, b is equal to 4, c is equal to minus 3. What is the next step? Next step, we have to write the formula. What is the formula? Discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now, substitute the values of a, b, c in this formula. Then the formula becomes d is equal to b square means 4 square minus 4 into 2 into minus 3. Now, d is equal to 4 square is 16 minus 4 into minus 3, minus into minus is plus, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. Now, d is equal to 16 plus 24 is 40. 40 is greater than 0. If the discriminant value is greater than 0, the roots are good, real and distinct. Suppose if it is equal to 0, roots are real and equal. If it is less than 0, that equation has no real roots. Children, let us take one more problem in it. See the problem. If the equation 2x square minus kx plus 3 equals 0 as equal and real roots, find the value of k. What is given here? They have given one equation and also one unknown. The value of b is minus k. We have to find the value of b or k here. What is the condition? The condition is both the roots are real and equal. Now, what is the first step? Let us write the equation. What is the equation? Equation is 2x square minus kx plus 3 equals 0. Then what is the next step? Next step is comparing the given equation with the standard form of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Then what is the value of a? A is equal to 2. What is the value of B? B is equal to minus K. What is the value of C? C is equal to 3. What is given here? It is given roots are real and equal. If roots are real and equal, what is the value of discriminant? That is B square minus 4AC is equal to 0. We know this. Now substitute these values in the formula. So the formula becomes B square means B is what? Minus K. Minus K whole square minus 4 into A is 2 into C is 3 is equal to 0. Now minus K whole square becomes plus K square. K square minus 4 2 is 8. 8 3 is 24 is equal to 0. Now what is the value of K square? K square is equal to plus 24. Then what is the value of K? K is equal to plus or minus square root of 24. Square root of 24, the roots are real and equal for this equation. If the value of K is equal to minus square root of 24, then also the roots are real and equal. Children, so far we have discussed what is quadratic equation, how to check whether the given equation is quadratic or not, and also how to solve the quadratic equation by 3 methods. Now what is the next point we have to discuss today? The next point is verbal or statement problems. How verbal and statement problems are there in our textbook? See, the verbal and statement problems are based on numbers. Based on numbers. How the problems? They may ask like this: the product of any two numbers is equal to 45 and sum of those two numbers is equal to 18. Find the numbers. Or the product of consecutive positive natural numbers is equal to 110 and sum of those two numbers is equal to 21. Find the numbers. Or sum of the squares of positive natural numbers is equal to 25. Find the numbers. Like this they may ask. Even other types also they can plan. The next type, even we can find the problems based on age. Even we can find the problems based on speed, distance and time, and even we can find the problems based on geometrical figures like the triangle, square, rectangle, etc. Even we can find the problems based on profit, loss, time and work, etc. Isn't it? Now let us take few problems and discuss. Children, see the problem. What is the problem? Find two consecutive odd positive integers, sum of whose squares is 290. What is the problem? Here they have given two consecutive odd positive integers. We have to find which are those integers and what is the condition? Sum of whose squares is 290. See, what is the meaning of consecutive? Consecutive two natural numbers means 2, 3. Consecutive two even numbers means 6, 8, 10, 12. Consecutive two odd numbers means 11, 13, 21, 23, like this. See here they have given two consecutive odd positive integers. Let us take one odd number is 3. What is the next odd number? 5. To get 5, what we have to add for 3? We have to add 2. 3 and 3 plus 2 is 5. If one odd number is 15, what is the next odd number? 15 plus 2. Next consecutive odd number is 15 plus 2, it is 17. They have given positive. Suppose if x is equal to 9, x minus 2, see, if one odd number is 9, 9 minus 2, 7, that is also odd number. See, in the question it is given odd positive. If x is equal to 1, 1 minus 2, minus 1. So, minus 1 is negative. So, whenever the question is asked for odd positive, even positive, we have to take x and x plus 2 are the two consecutive odd positive or two consecutive even positive numbers. Now, children, let us take the smaller odd positive integer be x. Then what is the next integer? The next consecutive odd positive integer is x plus 2. What is the question? According to the question, sum of the squares of these two is equal to how much? 290. Now, let us write in equation form. According to the question, x square plus x plus 2 whole square is equal to 290. Now, x plus 2 whole square we can expand by using a plus b whole square formula. What is a plus b whole square formula? A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now, the equation becomes x square plus x plus 2 whole square is equal to x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 290. Now, shift 290 to LHS, then it becomes 2x square plus x square is 2x square plus 4x plus 4 minus 290 equals 0. Now, the equation becomes 2x square plus 4x minus 286 equals 0. For simplification, we can divide the entire equation by 2, then equation becomes x square plus 2x minus 143 equals 0. See children, this is in the standard form of quadratic equation. For solving any statement sums, first we have to read the statement thoroughly. According to the statement, we have to write it in the symbolic form. After simplification, we are going to get a quadratic equation. Once if we are going to get a quadratic equation, we can solve this quadratic equation by using any one of the method what we have discussed already. Now, let us solve this problem by using factorization method. What is the next step in the factorization method? Writing x square plus 2x minus 143 equals 0 as x square plus 13x minus 11x minus 143 equals 0. Already we have discussed how to write x square plus 2x minus 143 in the form of x square plus 13x minus 11x minus 143 equals 0. What is the common in the first group? In the first group, we can take x common. In the second group, we can take 11 common. Then the equation becomes x into x plus 13 minus, if 11 is taken common, if minus 11 is taken common, what is remaining? Here also x plus 13 equals 0. X plus 13 is common in both. Take x plus 13 common, then equation becomes x plus 13 into x minus 11 equals 0. Now, x plus 13 equals 0 or x minus 11 equals 0. If x plus 13 equals 0, x is equal to minus 3. If x minus 11 equals 0, x is equal to plus 11. Since they have asked odd positive integers, we have to take the positive value. X is equal to 11 we have to take. What is the next integer? X plus 2. X plus 2 means 11 plus 2, that is 13. Then the two consecutive odd integers are 11 and 13. Children, let us see one more problem. See the problem. Read carefully. Children, see the problem. Here there is a stream and also the boat is moving along the stream as well as boat is moving against the stream. Children, here we have to remember the concept relative speed. Let the speed of the stream be x kilometer per hour. If the speed of the stream is x kilometer per hour, then what is the speed of boat in downstream? There we have to observe only the boat. then what will be the speed of boat in downstream? They have given the speed of boat in still water, it is given 18 kilometer per hour. Then distance is 24 kilometer. The boat has to go in the downstream. Again 24 kilometer, the boat has to move in the upstream also. When the boat is moving in the downstream, if we observe only the boat, then what will be its speed? That is called downstream speed. Speed of the boat in the downstream is equal to speed of boat in still water plus speed of stream. Suppose if the boat is moving against the stream, what is the speed of boat in the upstream? The speed of boat in upstream is equal to speed of boat minus speed of stream. Let us solve this problem. The distance is given. What is the distance? Distance is 24 kilometer. Let the speed of stream be x kilometer per hour. The speed of boat in upstream, it is 18 minus x kilometer per hour. The speed of boat in downstream, we discuss, it is 18 plus x kilometer per hour. Time is equal to distance by speed, and also the distance is given 24 kilometer. We can easily find the time. Time taken to go upstream, let it be t1. T1 is equal to, time is equal to distance by speed. Distance is 24 kilometer, speed is 18 minus x. So T1 is equal to 24 by 18 minus x hours. Time taken to go downstream, T2 is equal to, again distance by speed. Distance is 24, speed is 18 plus x hours. So now we know the condition. According to the equation, the difference of the time is how much? 1 hour. T1 minus T2 is equal to 1 hour. What is T1? 24 divided by 18 minus x, minus T2 is 24 divided by 18 plus x is equal to 1. Now take the LCM for 18 minus x and 18 plus x and simplify. After simplifying, we are going to get 24 into 18 plus x minus 24 into 18 minus x divided by 18 minus x into 18 plus x is equal to 1. On cross multiplication, we are going to get 24 into 18 plus x minus 24 into 18 minus x is equal to 18 minus x into 18 plus x. See now, by using a plus b into a minus b, we can simplify 18 minus x into 18 plus x. See here, by simplification, we are going to get, now you shift minus x square and 324 to LHS. Now the equation becomes x square plus 48x minus 324 equals 0. This equation, it is in the standard form of quadratic equation. Let us solve this equation by factorization method. Children, just see the steps. First step, second step, third, fourth, fifth. Finally, x plus 54 equals 0, x minus 6 equals 0. How to simplify? Already we have discussed in the factorization method. It becomes x plus 54 equals 0, x minus 6 equals 0. If x plus 54 equals 0, x is equal to minus 54 or x is equal to plus 6. See, the speed, time, distance all are positive. Therefore, here we have to take positive value. What is the positive value? X is equal to 6. So then the speed of the stream is 6 kilometer per hour. Children, so far we have discussed the concepts in quadratic equation. Best of luck. Thank you.
Hello, good morning students. Welcome to the 10th revision classes. Today we discuss about one of the important chapter in this science, that is called chapter number 8, how do organism reproduce. Well students, what are the important learning points comes under this chapter? The main important points or main important learning points in the chapter are importance of variation, reproduction and their types, reproduction in flowering plants, reproduction in human beings, reproductive health. Well students, these are the important points comes under the chapter how do organism reproduce. Okay, let us discuss one by one. In this figure, A and B, free and attached earlobes. The lowest part of the ear called the earlobe is closely attached to the side of the head in some of us and not in others. Free and attached earlobes are two variations found in human beings or human populations. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಚಿತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Yes, it means that this diagram shows one of the important variation in the human beings, that is called variations in the earlobes. Okay, then move on to the definition of variation. What is variation? Yes, variation refers to an individual that possess characteristics different from the others of the same kind. In textbook we have an example, that is, if there were a population of bacteria living in temperate waters and if the water temperature were to be increased by global warming, most of these bacteria would die, but the few variants resistant to it would survive and grow further. That is one of the important variation which occur in the bacteria. Next slide. Importance of variation. What is the importance of variation? Let us discuss one by one. If there are variation in some individuals of a species, they may be able to survive the changes in the environment. That is why variation is very important in living organisms. The second one is variations in species is necessary for the survival of different species and for the evolution of new species. These are the importance of variation, remember students. Next slide. One of the question asking in examination, it is very important question students. Why is variation beneficial to the species but not necessary for the individual? ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ ಈ ಥರ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಕೇಳೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಹಾಗಾದರೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೇನು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಲೋಸ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ diverse habitat niches. In its absence, a species may remain restricted to a particular area. That is the first point. Next, variation in species is necessary for the survival of different species and for the evolution of new species. These two key points are important for variation. It is one of the beneficial to all the species, remember students. Okay. Then move on to the next slide. Reproduction and the types. What is meant by reproduction? As student, look here, reproduction is the process by which living organisms produce new individuals similar to themselves. Let me repeat, reproduction is the process by which living organisms produce new individuals similar to themselves. There are two types of reproduction in living organisms. First one is called as sexual reproduction and second one is called as asexual reproduction. Let me know one by one. What is meant by sexual reproduction? Yes, it is a reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce a new individual. It is a reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce new individual is called sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, there is involvement of two individuals, remember. The second one is asexual reproduction. It is a type of reproduction in which new individuals are produced from a single parent. There is difference between these two students. In sexual reproduction, there is a two individuals are there, but in asexual reproduction only a single parent involved, remember. Okay. Then move on to the why reproduction is essential. Why it is necessary for the living organisms? Yes, it is essential for continuation of life on earth, replacement of dead organisms, to maintain the size of the population, transfer of variation from one generation to other. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ಏಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ, ವೈ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದ್ಯಾವುದು? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆನ್ ಅರ್ತ್, ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಡ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದಿ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ one generation to another. Next slide, that is different forms of asexual reproduction. It means that what are the different types or different forms will seen in unicellular organisms. The first one is fission, second one budding, regeneration, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation. The first one is fission. What is meant by fission? To break. It means that to break. Fission is a process by which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more new individuals. Students, what is meant by fission? As fission is a process by which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more new individuals. There are two types in fission. First one is called binary fission, second one is called as multiple fission. Binary fission is occur in amoeba, leishmania, paramecium, euglena, certain bacteria, etc. But multiple fission occurs in plasmodium, certain sporozoans, etc. What is meant by binary fission? Yes, in binary fission, or it is a method of an organism divides and forms two individuals. Binary, bi means two, fission means to break into two individuals. It means that a parent body can divide into two individuals, that is called binary fission. Okay. First here the nucleus divides and form two nuclei. Then the cytoplasm divides and forms two daughter cells. It means that both nucleus as well as cytoplasm divides equally. That is occur in amoeba, leishmania, etc. Okay. Let us see binary fission in amoeba. Look here, this is the parent body. It has a cytoplasm and nucleus. You observe, yes, ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗಲ್ಲಿ. Then the second step is, then the third step, fourth step and fifth step. Finally, a parent body can divide to form a two individuals. Binary fission in leishmania. In leishmania, binary fission occurs in a definite orientation. Let us see the diagram, how the step by step, how the binary fission is occurs in leishmania. The first one, look here, this is the parent body. Then yes, observe students, here the parent body can divide to form a two individuals. This is called as binary fission in leishmania. It means that a parent body can divide to form a two new individuals at definite orientation. It occurs in leishmania. It is another example for binary fission. Next, move on to the next slide, that is multiple fission in plasmodium. In plasmodium, the parent body divides into more than two daughter cells at a time. Remember students, in plasmodium what happens? The parent body divides into more than two daughter cells at a time. It is called multiple fission. But in binary fission, the parent body divides only two individuals or two daughter cells. But in multiple fission, the parent body divides into more than two daughter cells at a time. It is called multiple fission. It occurs in plasmodium. Especially it takes place during unfavorable conditions. Remember students, ದೆನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆನಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಬೈನರಿ ಫಿಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಫಿಷನ್? 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕೇಳೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರುತ್ತೆ. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ. In binary fission, 2 daughter cells are formed from the splitting of the parent cell or nucleus. In multiple fission, many daughter cells are formed from the splitting of the parent cells or nucleus. The second point, it occurs during favorable conditions. In binary fission. In multiple fission, it occurs during unfavorable conditions. It divides only once. In multiple fission, divides repeatedly, more than 2. In binary fission, includes definite pattern of division, but in multiple fission, there is no definite pattern of division. Already you know the examples. In binary fission, examples are amoeba, bacteria, euglena, etc. In multiple fission, examples are plasmodium, sporozoa, algae, etc. It is one of the important questions, students, remember. Next, move on to the next slide, that is fragmentation. It is another type of asexual reproduction occurs in lower organisms. Especially the fragmentation will occurs in the algae. Fragmentation occurs in the algae. What happens here? In this method, the body of a simple multicellular organisms breaks up into smaller pieces. On maturation, and each fragment develops into new individuals. Let me repeat. In this method, the body of a simple multicellular organisms breaks up into smaller pieces on maturation, and each fragment develops into new individuals. Example, Spirogyra. Look here, this diagram shows how the fragmentation occurs in the Spirogyra. This is called the parent body. Parent body divided to form a fragments, and each fragments make into a new individuals. This is occurs in some of the algae, especially example Spirogyra. Then move on to the another type of asexual method, that is called regeneration. What is the meaning of that? Yes, student, especially in the regeneration, the part of the body organism cut or broken into several pieces, and these pieces make into a new individual. Okay. For example, hydra, planaria, starfish, etc. Next, this diagram shows how the regeneration occurs in the planaria. This is parent body. It cut into 3 parts, and 3 parts make into a new planaria. Look here, this is generation occurs in the planaria and also hydra. Okay. Then move on to the another important method of reproduction, that is called budding. In this method, bud like projections is formed on the body of the organism. The bud then develops into a new individual. It then separates from the parent and forms an independent individual. What happens in budding, students? Look here, in this method, a bud like projections is formed on the body of the organism. The bud then develops into a new individual. After maturity, they detach from the parent body to form a new individual. Remember, students, especially the budding is occur in hydra and yeast. Already know that yeast is a unicellular fungus. How the budding is occur in hydra? Look here, students, this is the parent body. There is a, look here, there is a bud formation, there is a bud formation occurs from the below the parent body. Then finally, there is a outgrowth from the parent body, it is called bud. Finally, it matures, they detach from the parent body. This is the diagram shows budding in hydra. Next slide, budding in yeast. Already know that yeast is a unicellular fungus. Then look here, there is a development of bud from the parent body, then new bud formation, and then look here, a chain of buds will occur. Finally, we find out a chain of buds. Next method is spore formation. Spore formation also another method of asexual reproduction occur in the lower organisms. In this method, structures called sporangia, remember students, in this method the structures called sporangia produce a tiny cells called spores. When spores come in contact with a moist surface, it develops into a new individual. Once again repeat students, remember it is one of the important method of asexual reproduction, especially occurs in the lower organisms. In this method, structures called sporangia produce tiny cells called spores. When the spores come in contact with a moist surface, it develops into a new individuals. What are the examples for spore formation? Its example is Rhizopus. Remember students. Look here the diagram. These are the spores occurs in the Rhizopus, especially in the lower organisms. The spore formation occurs. Remember. Then another method is vegetative propagation, especially it occurs in the plants, especially it occurs in the vegetative parts of the plant. What happens here in the vegetative propagation, especially in this method, new plants are produced from the vegetative parts of the plant like root, stem or leaf. From roots we get sweet potato, from stem we get potato and ginger, from leaf we get bryophyllum. Remember students, it is another method of asexual reproduction occurs in plants. Especially in this method, new plants are produced from the vegetative parts of the plant like root, stem or leaf. ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು ಆಲ್ಗೆಡೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಆ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳೇನಾದರೂ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವು ಹೊಸ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಇದು ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಟೊ ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ look here the another diagram, it is called vegetative propagation in bryophyllum. Especially you find out the margins of the bryophyllum has a small buds of bryophyllums buds. These buds will get a nutrients from the soil, then make into a new bryophyllum plants. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬಡ್ಡು ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಅರೈಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ plant. It is another method occurs in the bryophyllum, that is called vegetative propagation. It is the leaf modification. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. Advantages of vegetative propagation. The first point is plants lost their ability to produce seeds can be propagated by this method. All the plants are genetically similar to their parents. There is no variation in them. Therefore, the superior quality of the parental plant is maintained in progeny. Vegetative propagated plants produce flower and fruits earlier than the sexually reproducing plants. Another question, name the plant reproduced through leaves, how it is reproduced? ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೂಡ ಬರಬಹುದು, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. The plant reproduced through the leaves is bryophyllum. How it is reproduced, ಈಗ ತರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. During this type of reproduction, the leaves detach from the plant, fall on the soil surface. The leaf buds are formed at the notches of leaves. These buds mature and detach from the parent and down into a new plant. ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. How will an organism be benefited if they reproduce through spores? Yes, spores are produced in large numbers of the population of the species will increase soon on their growth. The second point is spores have a protective coat that help them to resist unfavorable environmental conditions that are harmful to the plants. Remember students, spores are carried a long distance by wind. This helps in their distribution and growth. These are the points when they ask the question, how will an organism be benefited if they reproduces through spores? ಅಂದರೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ sexual reproduction. When reproduction takes place as a result of fusion between two gametes, one from each parent, it is called sexual reproduction. Let me repeat, reproduction takes place as a result of fusion between two gametes, one from each parent is called sexual reproduction. It occurs in flowering plants and animals. Okay. Then sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Already know that, students, flower is the reproductive part of the plant. The stamen and pistil are the reproductive parts of the flower. The stamen is the male reproductive part, it produces pollen grains. In the anther, stamen is the male reproductive part, it produces pollen grains in the anther, which contains the male germ cell. Pistil is the female reproductive part, it produces ovules in the ovary, which contain the female germ cells. Look here, students, structure of typical flower. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. In this flower you find out the this is called as male part, anther and filament, and the petal, sepals. In this side, stigma, style and ovary. This is the female part. Then move on to next slide. What is pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. Let me repeat, what is pollination? Yes, the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. It takes place by wind, water, insects, etc. There are 2 types of pollination. First one is called self pollination, second one is called as cross pollination. What is meant by self pollination? Yes, if the pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower, it is called self pollination. Let me repeat, students, remember what is self pollination? If the pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower, it is called self pollination. What is cross pollination? If the pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower, is called cross pollination. Let me repeat, students, remember, it is one of the important question asking examination. What is the difference between self pollination and cross pollination? Then what is cross pollination? Yes, if the pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower, it is called cross pollination. Friend, look here, these are 2 diagrams shows how the self pollination and cross pollination occurs. Look here, in the this is called cross pollination. It means that transfer of anther or pollen grain from one flower to the another flower. But in this diagram, you remember, the pollen grains are falling onto the stigma of the same flower. It is called self pollination. Remember, students. Okay. Next, move on to the what is fertilization? In the ovule, the male germ cell fuses with the female germ cell. It means that the male gametes are fuses with female gametes to form a structure called zygote. This process is called as fertilization. Remember, students, what is fertilization? The fusion of male and female gamete to form a structure called zygote. This is called as fertilization. After fertilization, the zygote divides several times and forms the embryo, which then develops into the seeds, and ovary develops into the fruits. Look here, students, ಈ ಚಿತ್ರ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಚಿತ್ರ ಇದು? Germination of pollen on stigma. This diagram is asking for examination for 2 marks. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Next is germination. What is germination? Ovary grows rapidly and ripens to forms a fruit, while the seed contains the future plant or embryo, which develops into a seedling under suitable conditions. This process is known as germination. look at the diagram, it has two parts. In the germination we have find out a cotyledon has two parts, one is called plumule, another is called radicle. The plumule has a future shoot and radicle has a future root. Okay. What are the changes in teenage boys? Let me see one by one. Boys begin to have new thick hair growth on the face and their voices begin to crack. The second one is thick hair growing in new parts of the body such as armpits and the genital area. Third point, the skin frequently becomes oily and we might begin to develop pimples. We begin to be conscious and aware of our own body. Okay. Then what are the changes will occur in the teenage girls? In girls, breast size begins to increase with darkening of the skin of the nipples at the tip of the breast. Also girls begin to menstruate at around this time. Thick hair growing in new parts of the body such as armpits and genital area, same in the teenage boys also. The skin frequently becomes oily and we might begin to develop pimples, and same thing we begin to be conscious and aware of our own body. These are all the changes will occur in the teenage girls and these are the characters of the puberty of the girl. Okay. Or the secondary sexual characters in the girls. Next more, look here students, this is the diagram shows, this diagram shows human male reproductive system. It has a number of parts. This is called as urethra, penis, prostate gland, bladder and seminal vesicle, and this is called as testis and scrotum. Okay. Especially ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೈಯರ್ ಹಾರ್ಡರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಥರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಕೇಳಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಲೇಬಲಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಅದು ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ, ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಮೇಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ pair of testes which produces the male reproductive cells called sperms and the hormone called testosterone. It is contained in sac-like structures called scrotum. From each testis arises a tube called vasa deferens. It joins into the urethra. The urethra is enclosed in a muscular organ called penis. It has an opening called genital pore. The seminal vesicles and prostate glands produce fluids which provide nutrition and help in the movement of the sperms. Important points in the male reproductive system. Okay. ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗನೇ ವೆಜೈನಾ, ಸರ್ವಿಕ್ಸ್, ಯೂಟ್ರಸ್, ಓವರಿ, ಓವಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಫೆಲೋಪಿಯನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ದೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಈಗ ಏನೇನು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದಿ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, which the ovaries produces the female reproductive cells called ova Rx and the hormone called estrogen. Estrogen is one of the important hormone produced in the females. It is maintain the secondary sexual characters. Above the ovaries are tubes called oviducts or fallopian tubes, and the two oviducts unite into a bag-like structure called uterus. Okay, these are the important structures: ovaries, then oviduct, uterus, vagina are the important parts of the female reproductive systems. Okay. Uterus has opening called vagina. Look here, ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, the uterus has opening called vagina. Then ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? What happens when the egg is not fertilized? The egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. So the lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place every month and is known as menstruation. Remember, one of the important question asking in examination, students. What happens when egg is not fertilized? If the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. So the lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place roughly every month and is known as menstruation. Next is fertilization in human beings. During sexual intercourse, the sperm from the male enters into the vagina of the female. The sperm reaches the oviduct. One sperm fuses with an egg and forms a zygote. Remember students, sperm is called as the male gamete and ova is called as the female gamete. They combine to or they fuse together to form a structure called zygote. The zygote then gets implanted in the uterus. The zygote then starts dividing to form an embryo. This embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood through the placenta. What is placenta? Placenta is the structure or it is the connecting bridge between the fetus and the mother. The development of the child takes place 9 months and then child is born. It is called as parturition. Remember students. Next slide is functions of placenta. It provides nutrition to the developing embryo. It helps in the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. It helps in the removal of waste substance formed in the developing fetus. It helps in the attachment of fetus to the wall of uterus. Then move on to the next concept, that is the last concept in this chapter is reproductive health. Okay. Before that we know that what is meant by STDs. What is STDs? Sexually transmitted diseases. These are the diseases transmitted through sexual contact. Okay. There may be a bacterial infections like gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is a sexually transmitted diseases caused by a bacteria called Neisseria gonorrhoeae. And another one is syphilis. It is caused by Treponema pallidum. It is a bacteria. Another one is viral infections like genital warts and AIDS. Already know that. What is AIDS? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. The AIDS is caused by a virus called HIV. Then move on to the prevention of pregnancy. Pregnancy can be prevented by 3 main methods. The first one is barrier method, chemical method and surgical methods. The first one is barrier method. It consists of using condoms, diaphragm, cervical caps, copper T, etc. Second method is chemical method. It consists of taking drugs like oral pills, vaginal pills, etc. Third one is surgical method. Consists of removing or tying a small part of the vasa deferens in males. It is called vasectomy, or fallopian tube in female is called tubectomy. Okay friends, these are the important concepts in this chapter. Let us move on to the what are the probable or important questions in this chapter should be asking in examination. The first one is, what is the importance of DNA replication, copying in reproduction process? Why is variation beneficial to the species but not necessary for the individual? How DNA is responsible for changing of body structure of an organism? What are the advantages of sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? Differentiate between binary fission and multiple fission. Explain the process of budding in hydra. What is vegetative propagation? List the advantages of vegetative propagation. How will an organism benefited if they reproduces through spores? Why sexual mode of reproduction is essential in an organism? How unisexual flower is different from bisexual flower? What is pollination? Explain the types of pollination. How pollination is different from fertilization? Write the difference between male gametes and female gametes. What are the functions of placenta? What are the diseases spread through sexual contact? Name the causative organism and methods of prevention. Okay students, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೌ ಡು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಓದೋಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿಷಯನ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ, ಯಶಸ್ಸು ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಲಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಭೀತಿ ತೊರೆಯುವ ನಾವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ
ಖಾಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಭರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಂದಿಸಿ ಬರೆದು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿ
ಚಿತ್ರ ಬರೆದು ಭಾಗವ ಹೆಸರಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೂ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಿ
ಪಾಸು ಫೇಲು ಗೆಲುವು ಸೋಲು ಜೀವನ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮಿಗಿಲು
ಅಂಕಗಳೆಂದರೆ ಮೇಲಿನ ತೊಗಟೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅದರ ಒಳಗಿನ ತಿರುಳು ಭೀತಿ ತೊರೆಯುವ ನಾವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ